Hello. I'm back. I've been dismissed from playing Mario Kart with my child so that I can make her food. I hope you'll be able to hear me putting it up like this. Playing video games, especially Mario Kart for some reason, or just either analog because we have like an actual plastic rainbow road, or the video game can actually be enlightening. I'm trying to reduce glare. I don't know if it's working. And it was fun to. Well, that sucks. I'm just gonna make you watch me keep doing this, mostly because it's funny. Oh yeah, I had all the lights on earlier. Things. I wanted to make another video because while I was playing with Cheyenne, I noticed all these thoughts that I was very proud of, and I have these thoughts when I'm playing with her, of like the analogy of the experience of this video game to the experience of life, where like if I identify with, getting hit, my little cart getting hit in the Mario Kart's game, that it can actually jolt in my body like, no! And people get really upset sometimes playing video games. But then if you recognize that it's just a game, you can have more joy, be more engaged, more in the moment. And it's funny that taking it less seriously can make you more engaged in it. So it's not a disengagement like, oh, this doesn't matter, or whatever. It's because it doesn't matter that now you can just have fun. And some of the time it was just me watching Cheyenne, which in the past would make me restless, or be like, I'm not playing, so what am I even doing here? But the whole point, of course, is just hanging out with her. And if she's joyous, that's all. And it allowed me to just cheer her on, and totally just, whatever identification I have with my character when my character is playing, I can identify with her character when she's, playing one player. And I noticed myself having all these thoughts and comparisons, and then I saw that I was kind of getting unpresent with all these thoughts while playing with her. And I was like, okay, these are just thoughts. I want to get back in the present moment. And notice myself kind of being like, okay, thoughts, go away. And then I was like holding on to him. I was like, maybe I could like get my journal and write this down while she's playing one player. And I was like, that would suck because I can tell when she sees that I'm not with her, because the whole point is for me to be right there with her on the edge, So I resisted that temptation, and I noticed, and I was like, what is this thing that I want to write down all my brilliant thoughts that everyone's had a million times over already? That it's like, it's okay to not hold on to these thoughts as part of my process, because this is just stuff happening. It's still just flow of mind. So I kind of allowed for these thoughts, and instead of trying to dismiss them and be like, go away, I you're in my way, to because what they want is acknowledgement. Like my journaling thing, part of it is like acknowledging these thoughts that came, and congratulations. So I kind of gave myself that acknowledgement of like, good job, yes, that's a really smart thought, you're so good, like kind of hugging the child of thought and letting it go and play, and not grasping onto the stuff that doesn't really need to be expressed or heard. Like it doesn't need to be recorded. It can be expressed, but it doesn't need to be like clamped down. So there's a lot of thoughts that, very specific things about the game or whatever, things that I forgot, and I kept on trying to hold on to them. I was like, okay, I'll write it down later. And I was like, don't do that, because then I'm going to be stuck in trying to remember something. Just let it go. All this stuff, it's just me being hyper, you know. It's just stuff processing out. And I can let it be here, accept it, love it, give it a hug, and let it go. So that was a fun experience. Whenever I'm truly present with Cheyenne, like all this stuff comes up, especially for playing. I mean, it's the ultimate heaven is, at least for her, but I mean, it puts me in that place also, is just us playing. All this, what I'm doing, the reason I insisted on keeping this house, work, keeping things clean, whatever, all the things that I do, it's kind of for the purpose of, like, my growth can, anyway, the state of playing with Cheyenne, there doesn't seem to be anything more, like, holy in my life. When I'm truly present with her, and there's nothing else to do, because my job is to be, not just hang out, but to truly be present with her in every moment, and there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else that I can, it's like a retreat. Like, there's nothing to distract myself with, and it's forbidden. Like, distraction is forbidden, because the moment I distract, even just in my head, her energy falls, because she notices that I'm not there, and all she wants is just for me to be there with her. So it was fun to watch, to chaperone my mind, and to ultimately, you know, most of the time, just play with her and have fun and really get in there on, like, getting it going. Oh no, when you lose the race, and yeah, when you win the race, and for none of it to matter, and for all of it to be so joyous. And to relate that to life, of like, the only difference, like, I've done this a lot, where I've, you know, made the analogy of, not, you know, I have done this anyway. It's a known comparison between video games and life. And I thought, well, the only difference is consequence. That in life, what is the consequence of losing? Well, ultimately, if you boil it down, it's pain. So, but even through this, through presence, I'm now learning that pain, most of pain is resistance. So if you dissipate, lean into, and allow resistance to move, right, that goes away too. And then you really are having a joyous video game experience, where even pain can't stop the joy. Because it's just, oh, I lost that race, or like, it's just fun, you know? So I'm looking forward to more and more of that. Some of the videos that I was watching, videos, podcast things, or whatever, with Simply Always Awake, I hit a section in the podcast where it really kicks the shit out of you when it comes to personality, where it's like, stop grasping onto how great you are, how frustrated you are. Just let go. And I might post some of the specific links in the details. And it just keeps hitting you one after the other. And more and more, I was like, in frame. I was like, yeah, I've done it for years. I've spun around in my story, my brilliance, my insecurity, my shame, worked through so much shit, so many stories that keep coming up and moving through and coming up, so much anger, and so, like, all this stuff. One of the episodes was him working with one specific person who allowed to just, they got right in there on the spot. And it's this very moving thing where I call it shit. I think he called it, like, this is what courage looks like. I was like, let's go, you know? So it's really cool to have found a couple of things to hold my hand and to walk me back into immediately within 5 minutes, a state of thing. I hate using other people's words, but he calls it the single pointed approach. So stuff like that, and I'm getting closer to being able to do that. And I'm getting closer to just, I'm so tired of my own bullshit, and just, God bless the weekend. There's nothing to do. So I can really orient toward letting things happen as they are. Yeah. Yeah. Feels like the end of this video.